Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Coach Joe bringing you another FYF leg day. We're gonna get after it good today, have some fun, and finish off another week of training, and get ready to rock and roll. So get your weights out, get your mind right, get your water ready. Okay, we're gonna work hard today, do a little, power endurance work today. So we'll kind of keep a fast pace, little meathead metabolics, right? Work at a fast pace with our weights and our resistance training. Get that heart rate up, get breathing a little bit, and still get our muscular work. And then I'll kind of take you through a little, progression of squats, and then we'll finish out, right, with a little upper body blast to get our Friday pump on, all right, and have some fun with it. So I'm going to get logged in as we get going here. We'll get ready to go. What's happening, Alan? Hey, what's happening, Chelsea? Everybody having a great week, I hope. Josh, Big Josh, what's doing, brother? Hey, Big Mike, Kevin, how are you? Okay, so we're gonna have a great workout today. We've been doing some fun stuff this week, training-wise. Okay, I've been doing a bunch of rowing, kind of skiing, get back on my Concept 2 game a little bit. So I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of that equipment here. So figured it was a good time to kind of dive back into doing some cardio. Isn't that that's like a 4-letter word, isn't it? And but always something to work on, always something to improve on. The last couple of years, my aerobic training has really, kind of taken a back seat. And so, I figured for the month of June, being my birthday month, maybe try to shed a few extra lbs and, get in a little bit better shape, that I would up my aerobic work this month. So put a little plan in place, and 5 days a week I'm doing some form of rowing, biking, or skiing. And that also includes 1 to 2 hour walks just about every night, at least 4 to 5 nights a week. I'm going for at least an hour walk minimum. The loop that I take is an hour, and then sometimes we do it twice, so it's 2 hours. So just kind of a great way to get out there and get some stress out and disconnect for a little bit and spend time with wifey and chat with her a little bit. So, all right, we're gonna get rolling in a second. Still letting everybody gotta get themselves settled in. And hey, just a reminder, Father's Day weekend, we're gonna have another great virtual event. Okay, we're gonna do we're still supporting the Michael Laviola Foundation. Every year for the last 11 years, we've ran our Strongman charity fundraiser here at the gym. Last year, we had close to 400 people here. We've raised well over $100,000 in the years we've been doing it for pediatric cancer. And it's just a great event with a bunch of great people for a great local charity. Michael was an athlete of mine that I trained personally and have developed a great friendship and relationship with his family. And we've been supporting that foundation for years. This would have been our 12th Strongman Challenge. And unfortunately, we're not able to have the challenge here at the gym this year, so we're going to do a virtual challenge. And that's going to be the, Laviola Strongman Ruck March, a 5K Ruck March with a 20-pound vest for females or a 40-pound vest for males, okay? And with a goal time of 45 minutes. So all you have to do is, load up a backpack with a couple of, soup cans or something like that, throw a couple bricks in there and get out and get to stepping, and lace them up and have some fun. If you can't do the ruck, you have back issues, you could still support, right? Get out there and just help us out. And you could go to any of our channels, Facebook, Instagram, or our website, and get the information there to donate. The link is in the Facebook group here, and in all of our channels. So get out there and help support the Laviola Foundation, help support us and trying to raise money for pediatric cancer, and just another chance to give back and do something positive in this time. Okay, so let's get to working out. We're gonna start with, the first thing is our warm-up. Let's get our jump rope, jumping jacks, okay? Biking, running, jumping, moving, and we'll get 2 minutes of work. And then we'll get our dynamic mobility series, a little specific warm-up, and then we'll start today's training session, with something, I would say you know, a scale of 1 to 5, you know, 5 being, you know, complete and utter destruction, you know, this will be a level 3. This will be tough. Okay, so we'll get it good. We'll start the workout today with a fun, tough circuit that you can make harder or easier depending on how you attack it. So let's get started. Let's get warming up. 2 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, go. All right, let's hit it. What's everybody doing this weekend? We're gonna get out and have some fun. All right, we're getting closer and closer and closer to like retail opening up, outdoor dining's opening up soon. So very excited to maybe get out and do something other than barbecuing in my backyard, which is pretty awesome. I don't mind. I'm kind of a homebody, so I like being home with the family most of the time, or just, you know, doing our own thing. So we're not big. Not that I don't like going out to a nice restaurant, but it's just not something we do very often. Having a 2.5-year-old, 1, and 2, I love to cook, so it's kind of one of my, I guess, stress outlets, you know. I like to come home and cook, and we spend time in the backyard. It's good family time. Going to a nice restaurant with a 2.5-year-old is just more stress, more aggravation. But as he throws food all over the place and then throws a tantrum and climbs under the table, and, you know. Now he's on the wood. Good. Before the lockdown, we went to a nice Thai restaurant and had to get up in the middle of the meal and leave. San Antonio decided he was going to throw an absolute like stage 5 hissy fit. Start throwing rice all over the place. Knocked my Thai iced tea off the table. All right, pack it up. Time to go. So, he's better suited for the backyard barbecues. Good. Who's been working on their rope skills? Been doing a lot of jumping rope. Let's go. Time's up. Steve and Christopher, how we doing? All right, gang, let's get our dynamic mobility series. Let's get 10 squats, 10 lunges in place. Lunge it out. One more. 10, good. Let's go on the ground. Let's do our ground series. 10 leg kicks. Good. Keep that toe curled up nice and high. One more. Good. Outside. All right, get good stretch in your hamstrings. Warm up the hip flexors. One more. Good, let's do our iron cross. You can bring that leg up and over, right? You really want to try and straighten that leg out, point the toe down, reach over as far as you can, bring it up, bring it over, reach. Don't over rotate, right? Just go as far as you can till you have a good stretch. If that means that you can reach all the way up and touch the hand, great. If you can't, just go as far as you can, okay? Sometimes over-rotating the spine, you know, can aggravate some back issues if you have them. Okay, a little roll-up action. All right. Let's get 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 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 Spider it out. Okay. Let's get in that position. We're going to do these alternating. So let's just step up next to the hand. Back. Switch. 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 Anytime you switch back to doing some stuff that you haven't been doing for a while, in my case, the rowing, skiing, biking, I can feel it. You know, my muscles aren't conditioned to those movements anymore. So I rode for 15 minutes yesterday and thought I was going to die. Let's go. Okay. Good. Hip under, stretch. Good. Now, at one point, I had done a row program that every Wednesday for a while, a month or so, and I started off with, 5,000 meters, and every Wednesday, there's a bunch of rowing throughout the week. I was rowing a ton, just about every day, but every Wednesday I had to do a long distance row. And it started off at 5,000 and ended at a 42,000 meter marathon. And that was one of the most miserable things I've ever done. That was 3 hours on the almost 2.5 hours or so on the rower, and I took 1 or 2 breaks to stand up because my bump was going numb. But other than that, that was pretty miserable. And then the most miserable thing I've ever done on a concept too, Greg, if you're listening, was the 30 for 30, 1,000 meters a day, every day for 30 days, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, all the way up to 30,000. I was gonna do it again for June, but then with all the other, let's do our hip hydrants, everybody, with all the other live training and stuff like that, I was worried about injuring myself, so, and then, who's gonna do all these amazing live feeds, right? We're no FYF with Coach Joe. So, I wanna be careful with my training. So I cut the volume down, and I'm basically doing like a Monday through Friday speed bike row program, and cut the volume down. But I might get back on it for July once we get back to some normalcy. I really want to just do something that's more for mental clarity and destruction than it is for physical, anything. But good. I'm gonna get ready for my ruck march. So on Father's Day, I gotta break that 45-minute mark, right? Make Sarge happy, make Sarge proud of my ruck effort, and try and get down there. Hey, Henry Skiba, what's up, my brother? How are you? Right, Skiba's gym, one of the most badass gyms in Jersey. Okay, so let's get started. So let's go to our specific warm-up. We want to make sure that we're going to be doing a lot of lower body work today, so we're going to be doing some hinging and moving. So let's start, okay, with a single leg hamstring warm-up that we're going to do. We're going to do basically a hamstring stretch into some single leg kind of RDLs, like a flying RDL. So watch how this works, right? I'm gonna do my hamstring scoops, right? Straight leg scoops. I'm gonna get 6 scoops, and then I'm gonna get 6 flying RDLs on each side. Okay, we're gonna do that twice. All right, so 6 scoops. And when I do the scoops, I'll show you from the side angle. Heel out, sit back, right? Get that nice elongated stretch in the hands. Kind of scoot the ground without, bending your back excessively or bending the knee. So you only go as far as you can go physically, and then we'll do the 6 flying RDLs. Okay, so let's scoop it out. 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6. Good. Flying RDL. Right? Leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Last one. 6. Nice job. All right, let's switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. There you go. Reach out in front of you. And 6. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do that one more time, gang. All right, let's go. All right, let's scoop it out. All right, I'll go from the side so you can see from the side. Right? Scoops, keep that back nice and flat. Reach out, stretch the hamstring and calf, pull that toe up. 3, 4, 5, one more, 6, okay, then we'll go right to our flying RDL, okay, so leg up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, very important to make sure that we're warming up our lower back really good, and we're warming up those hamstrings really good before we start squatting and jumping and moving. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, oh, last one, 6. Good, nice job everybody. That's good. Those are hard. All right, it's tough on the balance there, trying to maintain, you know, your form and your balance is part of the process there. All right, so now we're going to go to our next part of the warm-up, okay? And that's going to be our round the world hips. So we're going to just do a little hip series to kind of warm up both or all areas of the hips and core. So anterior, lateral, posterior. We'll kind of work our way around and do a couple different exercises. So let's show you how this works. Okay, so anterior, we're just going to do a plank position push-up, knee march. Okay, so I'm going to get here and I'm going to march it out for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3. Warming up the abs. Warming up my hip flexors. 10, good. On our side bridge, okay, hold up, 1, 10 seconds, 2, 3, 4, 5, chest proud, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, on our back, hips up, okay, we're gonna do 20 glute bridges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Other side, okay. 10 seconds. Up. Hold tight, chest up, nice proud. Good, okay? So that's an easy, kind of quick little activator for your core and hips, right? To get things moving before we start popping it out, okay? So here's what we got. All right, we're gonna start off, I'm gonna grab a dumbbell. We're gonna do what I like to call, we'll call it the little 55. The real way is a big 55, and that's like a bench, squat, deadlift, pull-up, dip, okay? 10-to-1 series where we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, right? So, you know, you're gonna throw like, you know, if you had access to a gym, you could throw like 135 to 180 pounds on the bar and, you know, rip that series, right? And that's gonna be like a strong, you know, metabolic response. Here, we're gonna do a little 55, be a little different, okay? So we're gonna go with a deadlift, right? Using a dumbbell or a kettlebell or whatever you have at home. We're gonna go to a push-up, okay? We're gonna stand it up and go to a dumbbell clean, okay? Dumbbell clean using our hips. And then we're just gonna hold those dumbbells at the ground and go right to a lunge, okay? So it's gonna be those 4 exercises. It's gonna be 10-to-1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, right? So first like 3 or 4 rounds will go kind of slow, right? Because it'll be a little bit higher in the rep scheme. And then once we get past 5, once we get to 5 and below, it gets pretty quick and moves fast, okay? We've done this a bunch of times, gang. It's one of my favorites. I love doing 10-to-1s for a metabolic response and just for, you know, let's call it like a recovery day or like a day like today, our FYF days, which is kind of like our metabolic, you know, our meathead metabolic day and a little pump action, right? So there's nothing specific happening today in terms of muscular development or like max effort strength, max effort lower, max effort upper or something like that. Today's just our power endurance repetitious day. So we're gonna have some fun with it, okay? So let's get a weight out that we can use. I'm gonna go with whatever I got here. So I'm gonna go with a 65-pound dumbbell, and I don't know, let's go with a set of 20-pound dumbbells for my cleans and for my lunges, right? So it's not, again, it's not about the weight. I'm gonna try and keep a good pace, and I'm just gonna keep moving, and we're gonna do the best we can. I'm gonna time myself, and I'd like you to try to do the same. So the goal is to do all 10 rounds with great technique. Don't forget, just because we're working against the clock, that we're just, our technique goes to crap. Okay, so I want to have good form, good technique with a great pace, right, and try and keep my heart rate up. So, for me personally, when I do circuits like this, I'm looking at a heart rate of about 150, okay, 150 to 175 in that range. So I'm about 80%, okay. Much harder than just setting the cruise control on a long aerobic day where I'm at 60 to 70%, right? Here I'm gonna be a little bit higher on that. I'm gonna be breathing a little bit harder. I'm gonna have a little bit of a tough time trying to, talk while I'm going, okay? I'll be able to get some words out, but it's gonna be, in between, okay? So let's get going. Let's set the clock. Let's get to work, all right? Deadlift, push up, dumbbell clean, okay, just to the shoulders and back down to the hips, okay? And then drop the dumbbells to your side and go right to your lunges, all right? Now with the lunges, there's two schools of thoughts here. When it's 10 to 1, like it's 10 a leg, we're gonna just do 10 total for time purposes. So it'll be, 10 steps, 5 a side, 9, 8, 7, 6. This makes that quite a bit easier. But if you're following along at home and you have really light weights or you have no weights, then maybe just do the double rep, right, and go 10 a side. So when you go 10 to 1, the first set is 10 a side, 9 a side, 8 a side, okay? So that's gonna be a little bit more challenging. And that'll greatly affect your time also. So let me know if you did 10 per leg or if you just did 10 total, okay? Let's get going. Ready? Set. Go. Clock's ticking, right? Use the dumbbell for my deadlifts. 3, 4, 5, nice and easy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, right down. Okay, go right to your push-ups. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, grab my dumbbells, go right to my cleans. Okay, right, use my hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Dumbbells at your side. Lunge it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. I'll go right back to my deadlifts. Try to do the next round. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Cleans. All right, I'll go from the side so you can see what this looks like. All right, here. 1, 2, we'll bend in the hips. 3, reach down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Lunge it out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Okay. Round of 8. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Moving on. Hey, what's up, KP? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay, my push-ups. Ready? I'm using my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay. Cleans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Round of 7. We're chipping away. Chipping away. Let's go. Ready? Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Let's go. Come on, push it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Cleans. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Okay. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. On to 6. Come on, finish this one. We're halfway. Then it speeds up, right? Because we're doing lower reps. Let's go. See, I'm breathing hard. Not bad. Only 4 rounds. Heart rate's going pretty good. I'm probably at about 135, 140 right now. Ready? Set. Up. Gotta work. Gotta move a little faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Get that heart rate up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lunge. I'm sorry. Clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Round of 5. We go right at it. Let's go. I want the sweat flowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Cleans. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you use your hinge a little bit. 4, 5. Good. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. Round of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Okay. 4 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. cleans. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Round of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Cleans. 1, 2, 3. Lunge. 1, 2, 3. Good. 2. 1, 2. Push-ups. 1, 2. Cleans. 1, 2. Lunge. 1, 2. Good. Single. Last one. 1. Push up. Up. Clean. Good 4. Up. Lunge. Done. A 10 to 1 is always a good way to get the heart going, okay? Nice and easy. You can kind of pace it out. If you really, oh, let me check my time, sorry. Just under 10 minutes, so 9 minutes roughly, okay? So, you know, if you were competing with somebody else in a 10 to 1 or really pushing yourself, it could be very hard, right? Or if you kind of took it, you know, in 3rd gear like I did, right? You can just use it as a great kind of metabolic boost, right? You can see I'm breathing pretty heavy. I got a good sweat flowing, right? And you know, after our warm-up, you know, we did a bunch of warming up, but we really didn't get things rolling like hard, right? So that's a great way to get a really good warm-up and be like systemically hot, sweaty, and mobile, right? You've moved everything at that point. So now, okay, now we're gonna go and lift a little bit, and our bodies will be, you know, good and primed. All right, so we're gonna recover a little bit, just because again, you know, one of the things that I'm not a big fan of is heavy weights at high levels of fatigue, right? And you know, so that's one thing that you know, again, if you're training for a specific sport like Strongman, or you're training, you know, for CrossFit, you know, then that's part of your game and part of your sport. Then I understand, you know, the need and the want to do those things. But if you're just training for general health, performance, and fitness, right, you want to make sure that you're very careful with how much load you're using and the level of fatigue, right? Because as fatigue grows, right, technique generally fails. So if you're using, let's say we were doing barbell deadlifts with 225 and you're slumped over, ripping the bar with terrible technique, that's where you're gonna set yourself up for injuries. Especially if you're an OG like my dude Kenny P, or even like myself, right? If you're over, you know, 30, 35, right, you gotta be really careful. Okay, so let's go to the next. All right, so we're just gonna do some heavy goblet squats. All right, now, heavy for me is what I got here, and that's gonna be a 70-pound goblet. Now, for me, this is on the heavy side. That goblet squat position puts a tremendous amount of stress on my low back, so I'm careful when I do these. So we're gonna do reps of, I'm gonna do sets of 6. So if you're following along at home and you don't have a heavy kettlebell like I do, a 70-pounder, which a lot of people do not have those at home, you can use 2 lighter ones or 2 light dumbbells. You could hold a plate, a 45-pound plate to your chest. And if you're lucky enough to have a barbell at home, you could just front squat, okay? All right, so again, kettlebell, goblet, front squats, okay? We're gonna get 4 sets of 6 reps, okay? 4 sets of 6 if you're using a heavy weight. If you don't have heavy weights, up the reps a little bit. Give me 4 by 10, okay? Make it work, all right? So set yourself up. Remember to brace and clamp down on that core hard and engage the squat with your hips first. When I get that goblet up here, I'm still gonna, right, pop those hips out behind me and engage from my hips first, okay? Let's go, sets of 6, okay? First round of 6, ready, set, go. Get it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Bring the weight back down. We're just doing straight sets. Hey, if you took note of my breathing, right? I'm pulling air in at the top, and I'm bracing through the squat. Now, because I'm using a heavier weight, and because I have back issues, I have to be careful. So I'm bracing hard. I'm holding my breath through the eccentric, concentric phase, right? That's called the amortization phase, okay? And as I transition from loading the muscle up to concentrically contracting, right? Lowering and then standing up, all right? I'm bracing my core really hard. And the best way to do that is hold your breath. Now, if you're untrained and unfit, be careful holding your breath because you might pass out, okay? No passing out at home. I can't help you. All right, ready? Round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Nice job, okay? Straight sets, nice and easy, good brace. I feel these a lot in my low back. So again, an exercise that's great for overall strength. But again, if you have low back issues, definitely something to be careful of and be weary of, as it does put a little bit more forward strain on you, which means that I'm loading up that lower back. If you do have back issues, you can just do a regular squat. Hold the dumbbells at your side. Hold the kettlebells at your side. All right, don't be a hero. All right, round 3. Round 3. And these are very challenging for me, at least. So, especially when I go to double kettlebell. This is 70. Anything above that starts to get pretty hard for me. So, like if I get up 90, 100 pounds, I got 2 55-pound kettlebells, that's pretty tough. Okay, ready, set, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Good. We got one more to go. All right. Nice job. All right, we get one more set, and then we're moving on. Okay. I love the combination of power, strength, and metabolic work on my Friday training sessions. You know, I love doing a little bit of pop, getting the body moving. We're reversing the order today. So a lot of times in common strength conditioning programming, you know, you would do your power speed work first, then generally followed by your strength series, and then maybe some type of conditioning or finisher at the end. I like, you know, when you get older, right, like I said, the need to warm up is much increased. So I've been doing it backwards in a sense, where I'm doing my metabolic work first, then my strength work, and then power at the end. And the reason is that, you know, I think it's hard to generate power in a fatigue state, and that's how all sports occur. And I'm still ready to suit up and get in for a series. Not really. Okay, so you know, again, just kind of mimicking some of those things, right? Creating power at the end of our workouts. It's also your, you know, powers. That's when you're gonna see. I almost always see people injure themselves on the first or second lift, right? Because it's like, I'm gonna start off with hard kettlebell swings, right? Box jumps, right? Power cleans, right? And they're not properly warmed up. So, all right, let's get our last round. Let's go. All right, round 4, and then we're moving on. Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, good. Good. Okay, nice job, everybody. Get a quick sip, and then we're going to move on. I'll show you what the next circuit's going to be. All right, gang. So we're doing 2 primary strength exercises today. The Goblet Squat, which we just did, okay? And we're gonna do a dumbbell RDL. So 2 very common, very simple exercises that we've done 100 times. But like we've said before, if you change the focus, the intent, and the tempo, okay, you can really greatly increase the intensity of those exercises, all right? Just by slowing them down, by making sure your technique is dialed in perfect, right? And you know, by really trying to connect with the muscles. I can't tell you I can't stress how much that plays a role. It's not about having 100-pound dumbbells, although that's nice, okay? You can get a great training response with 25-pound dumbbells, all right, if you focus. Okay, so now we're gonna go a little heavier here. I'm using 2 65-pound dumbbells, so it's a little on the heavy side, right? And I'm gonna do an RDL, okay, just a straight up, double leg, double stance, 2 dumbbell RDL, and we're gonna do, again, we're gonna drop 1 set, so we're gonna do 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. I'll see how this feels on the first couple reps, but I should be able to get 8 reps here, okay? And we'll do 3 rounds of this, okay? Now, what I see a lot of the times here is kind of like a modified deadlift, right? I see a lot of people do the RDLs, and I see kind of this, right? Both joints moving at the same time, right? Knees and hips, and I get to here, right? An RDL is, knees are unhinged, dumbbells are on my thighs, and I'm gonna push my ass back, and this is 80-20. These barely move. This is doing 80% of the work, okay? And I'm hinging from the hips, lowering the dumbbells down till I get to about maybe 4 inches below my knees, 2 to 4 inches below the knees. But I'm not going all the way down to my back rounds, okay? I'm keeping my head neutral and forward. I'm making sure that these are done with clean reps. You want to push your hips back, right, so that I can feel that stretch in my hamstrings. So again, technique before we load it up, all right? So let's grab our weights. All right, set my feet up, dumbbells in front, ready, set, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. I'm actually going to poke these on the bench. That's how you pick them up. Good. It's 8 reps. And an RDL, I think, is a tremendous variation for somebody that still wants to go heavy, but maybe has some back issues like myself, and is a little tentative to deadlift heavy or squat heavy, right? So you might want to, I still deadlift and I still squat, but I'm very careful with the load. But I can go pretty heavy on the RDL without hurting myself, because I'm starting the RDL, I can pull the weight out of a rack. I'm starting the RDL in the top position. I'm gonna get the concentric load first, which doesn't happen. The eccentric load first, which doesn't happen with the deadlift, right? And then I don't have the bar way up on my neck, right? Putting a ton of strain on my spine like you do with the squat. So, as far as like OG, 40 plus, strength exercises, the RDL is probably one of my top ones to go with. Okay, least amount of injuries and pain. Okay, let's go round 2. Set it up, head up, chest up, hips way back. 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't you agree, Big Mike? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't ask a guy who can deadlift 750 pounds, okay? If you're injured and old and beat up like me, you do RDLs. All right, we got one more. I'm not old, and I'm not really that injured. Hey, but when I deadlift, it hurts. Okay, we do one more. Okay, last round. Let's go. Let's finish these out. Light those hammies up. Don't feel it. Don't sweat. Thank you. Tired later. All right, let's go. Ready? Set. Up. Ready? And go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Put the dumbbells back. All right. Nice job, gang. Okay, get a quick sip, everybody. Smoke them if you got them. Okay. All right. All right, now we'll get to some jumping. We'll do the power work here at the end. Get a little pop. And then we'll finish out with a little shoulders and gun shove. The good stuff. The stuff we've been waiting for. We got to get this leg stuff out of the way so we can get to the stuff that matters most. And that's biceps. Okay, so for our power movement, we can kind of, you can kind of go with whatever works best for you at home. I'm gonna do an actual like broad jump over. I'm gonna jump over the bench, land soft, turn around, jump again. I'm gonna do 3 jumps, okay? Now, obviously jumping over the bench is gonna require like max power, right? So you gotta really go hard at it. And if you're following at home, you could do squat jumps, right? You could do 10 squat jumps. You could do 10 split jumps. If you have a bench, you could do bench jumps onto the bench. We've done those a bunch of times. If you want to do a broad jump, you could do those. But again, without me being there, be able to coach you up, check your technique, make sure it's the right exercise for you. A broad jump is an exercise that you can get hurt on and hurt your knees. So go easy on that if you're doing it at home, right? Make sure you know what you're doing. All right? All right, so let's go. We're going to do a bench jump over. I'm going to load up, fire it out, jump over the bench, turn around, do it again. All right, we'll get 3 jumps. I'm going to get 4 by 3. All right, so if you're following at home, we're going to get 4 sets of, if you're going hard like I am, 3. If you're going a little bit easier, like a squat jump, something like that, you can go 6 to 10 reps. Okay, let's go. Okay, 3 good, take the glasses off so they're flying off like go. All right, 3 good jumps. Ready, there you go. 2, 3. Good, and then rest. All right, walk it out a little bit. When we're training at home, a lot of people writing in like, want more sweat, want more cardio, want more this, right? Rest periods, crazy important for your as a training variable. And when you're doing power stuff, you want to take a decent amount of rest so you can recover. Unless your goal is specific power endurance, like for a sport. Then you might have to repeat that a little more frequently. Okay, let's go. Ready, set, go. 2, 3. Good. That's it. 2 more. Like a jackrabbit, baby. Okay. A 240-pound Guido jackrabbit. All right, let's do it again. Okay, round 3, round 3. Ready? Set. Go. 2, 3. Nice. 1 more to go. 1 more to go. Okay, let's finish these out, gang. We'll get you some shoulder action. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, I'm gonna grab some light weights here, and at least I think I have. There's a thief amongst us. There's a culprit here. All right, Team VH, if you're listening and you take stuff off the virtual training table, please put it back. All right, we're gonna get some dumbbell work, a little shoulder action, okay, and then we'll get some curls. We'll get some curls in there. All right, so I'm gonna start off seated, and we're gonna go with a seated dumbbell press for 10 reps into a standing upright row, okay, into a seated lateral raise, okay, and since I don't have my dumbbells here, I'll do it with a band, all right, and then we're gonna do banded curls, all right. So I'm gonna do basically 3 rounds of the shoulder series, and in between I'm gonna curl, and then I'm gonna try and get 100 reps of banded curls done in each of those 3 sets. So 33 reps roughly of banded curls per set. A little high rep work for the biceps, get some good blood flow. And right, big pop of pulse riding. Okay, let's go. All right, so let's go. We'll get our seated shoulder press. Sit them up nice and tall. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Hold up here. Okay. The machine's telling me low battery. Okay. Low battery's bad for the live feed. Okay. All right. Upright row. Okay, good. Right, back down. All right, band. Okay, these are tough, actually. Step. Equal band. One more. Oh, those are actually tough, right? If you're doing those at home, you feel it, right? The little mini band's actually pretty hard. Okay. All right, let's get our curls. All right, loop that under there. Doesn't have to be a lot of resistance here. Okay, you just be, kind of. All right, 10, 20. 30. Oh, those are hard. Those are hard. Okay. All right. Let's go right to round 2. Okay, let's finish these up. We'll get 2 more. We'll finish up with a great workout for today, for the week, and leave here with a savage pump. I'm gonna have to walk sideways through the door. Let's go. Ready, set, go. 9, 10, good. Upright row. Right, I'll go from the side so you can see. 3. Good. Banded side raise. Okay. You can step on the band like I'm doing here. See how I put it just kind of underneath me? Oh, so much harder than it looks. So much harder. Different resistance. Totally different game. 20. 30. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Woo. That's tough. Right? Starts off really easy. You get those first 15 reps, you're like, this is not going to be hard at all. Then you get to 20 and it's miserable. Alright, last one. Last one. I will finish this out and we are done, okay? Let's go. Ready? Then it's pizza time, Kenny P. Up. Good. Upright row. Good, good, good. Good. All right. That help. Last set of curls. Last set of curls. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Ready, set, go. It's 10. It's 20. Woo! Let's go. 13 to go. 14 to make it 100. 8, 9, 10. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hey, that looks easy as hell, but it is not. Okay, it is not. My arms are pumped, right? Good bicep pump. Cramped up. I can't lift my arms up. Nice job, everybody. All right, great job. Great Friday workout. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend. Get out and do something positive. Support those local small businesses. Do something positive. Work out. Have fun. Love each other. Be with your family. All the good stuff. Have a great day, you guys.